Good afternoon, airsofters. Today we're going to be talking about a Nuprol Bocca rail system. It came in this box. I bought it from Gunfire. It's the 12-inch version, as you can see here. The color is bronze or brown. There is a black version available as well, but since Gunfire didn't have that in stock, I went with the bronze/brown version. It's a really cool looking rail. It's lightweight, made of aluminum, and for all those guys who know Mark 18s and the Daniel Defense rails, this bad boy looks just about the same as those do. With the exception that this doesn't have the real markings or the Daniel Defense markings on the rails. Since I'm not going for a specific build with this AEG, I didn't want to get the Daniel Defense rail since the prices were just about the same, but I wanted to try something different since I've never actually bought anything made by Nuprol, and I've heard some really good things about these rails. They're supposed to fit to just about any AEG straight out of the box, but I had some big problems with this rail. Let me show here. As you can see on my GNP upper receiver, I had to make the threading a bit deeper. I tried to find some tools here locally which would help me in accomplishing this, but apparently the threading on the upper receiver is so different. I think it's, they said it was by inches or something like that. So there is no tool to make threads like these ones here, and apparently there's not a large enough tool which would fit down here so I could actually make the threads. So I had to do it by hand. So I actually filed all the threads by hand manually with my diamond files. These are extremely handy when doing something like this. I recommend them. They might be a little bit expensive, but that gets the job done, as you can see. I tried fitting the part which is supposed to screw down on the threads and keep the rail system next to the upper receiver. I tried fitting it already, it fits. So I'm gonna move the camera a little bit closer and we're gonna see if I can actually fit this bad boy on this AEG finally. Alright, as you can see, I already attached the rail system to the upper receiver. I was filming it while I was doing it, but I noticed that I had to stand a bit further back since my space here is limited, so you guys couldn't even see what I was doing, so I had to do it this way. If you came here looking for an installation video, I'm terribly sorry, but the installation system is basically the same as with the Daniel Defense rail system made by Matable. But when I was attaching the rail system to the upper receiver, there was a little bit of play between the small part which goes between the rail system and the upper receiver. But there's no play now whatsoever. I haven't even fastened all the screws yet, so this thing is rock solid. It's not going anywhere. No parts are moving that's not supposed to move. Actually, there's nothing moving. Of course, my shell cover is there, but yeah, it's rock solid. And if you were paying attention, you might notice that I changed the inner barrel to a different model. Why? I was using this CQB barrel before, but since the ring here which supports the barrel to the upper receiver is a bit thicker than the one that on the barrel that I'm using now, the part which screws or fastens the rail system to the upper receiver, it didn't go all the way down just because of this ring here which is thicker. So I had to change it up. That actually smells of gun oil. I love it. I just love the smell of gun oil in the morning. Har har. Anyway, so I'm gonna go ahead and fasten the screws and attach the lower part of the rail, and I'll be back in a jiffy. Alright, and we're back. So all the screws are fastened. Flash hider is installed, as you can see here. It's a Surefire steel flash hider. I love it, it's awesome. But yeah, there it is in all its glory. As I said before, this was never supposed to be an installation video or how can you install this rail. Now I know, since I've watched similar videos like this one before, there's probably one guy now yelling, "You goddamn son of a bitch, you didn't do an installation video, you didn't show us all the steps." Well, what can I say? Anyway, here it is. The purpose of this video is to make a review. So, installation, a pain in the ass to say the least. I was hoping it was just gonna be a quick drop-in, but no. It might be because of the upper receiver I use, the GNP. It has to be that, since the other videos I've watched, they actually didn't use the same kind of rail that I have here now. But that was basically just a drop-in for WE gas blowback rifle. And on some websites they say that it's you can just drop it in on a GNG, not GNP but GNG. Slight modification required on ICS weapons or whatnot. But I can confirm, at least on this GNP model that I have, it's quite new. I think I bought the upper receiver with the lower receiver about a year ago. I can say it takes a lot of time, it takes a lot of effort. If you don't have a tool to make new threads or make the threads that you already have deeper, and you have to do them by hand with a file like I did, it's gonna take a while. It's gonna take a while. But here it is, and it's rock solid. It's not going anywhere. I'm gonna install this receiver back to my weapon or my replica. And since we have a larger game tomorrow here, I'm gonna take this with me and see how it performs in the field. Thanks for watching so far. I'm gonna be back with the video tomorrow, or it's not gonna be 24 hours for you guys. It's just gonna be a couple of seconds. If you came here looking for a installation video and didn't find it, I apologize. That was never my intention to make a how to install this kind of a rail to a weapon X or replica X. It was just a review of what I feel about the installation, and it was painstakingly difficult like it was, and how it performs. So, if you want to stick around and watch the rest of the video, please do. If you don't, there's a small X on the right corner of your browser you can click. It will close down the video. Anyway, I'll be back tomorrow with some more stuff. Excellent. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you later.
Pitäisikö sulla olla liipasin sisällä vai?
Lipasin sisällä.
Ei kun siis lipas sisällä vai?
Ilman.
Ei, ilman.
Ilman okei.
Ollaanko tuota offarilla?
I don't care! I'm a big man!
He doesn't give a shit, he's a big man.
Yes.
Anyway, here's the UPIR commander for this here.
Hello.
Say hi to everybody who's gonna try and kill you at Battle this year.
I'm gonna get you.
Anyway, before he steals the video and goes over with his propaganda, we're gonna talk about the rail system.
My fellow employee.
God damn it. Yeah, well,
Sorry.
what can I do? Anyway, the rail system. As I said before, due to some installation problems, I was kind of worried if this is going to hold up during games. I used it for about 4 to 5 hours today. I think it's more like 4. And it's still extremely sturdy, no wobble at all. It's rock solid, nothing is coming apart. The only problem that I have with this one is the rails. They're sharp and they can cut through your hands. Even with thicker gloves than the ones I'm using now, you can still feel the sharpness of the edges on the rails. So I need to get some rail covers for it. Other than that, it looks really badass, at least in my opinion. I like it. I just need to get some rail covers for the rails and some more accessories. I was thinking about some flip-up sights for the front and back as well. So if my EOTech fails me, I can use those. Plus it looks cooler. Maybe a pec box, I don't know. Too much stuff on the gun is always not a good thing. It's never a good thing. But yeah, I can recommend the rail installation. Pain in the ass. Don't do it. If you don't like rethreading your upper receivers, then at least first, before you buy this, make sure it can fit to your AEG. I have a GNP upper receiver. I had to do a lot of work to make this fit in here. So, but other than that, it's a really good rail. No markings as on the Mad Bull Daniel defense rails. They have the real markings on the rails here, but on this one, no markings at all. But if
no markings is a good thing for you. If you don't care, then just go for this one. It's a bit cheaper than the matte blue one. But yeah, that's all I have to say. Do you have any propaganda you want to say to the people watching the video?
I hope you will see me.
I
That's
hope
about
it-
it. And
I
I hope you will see me, because this year we will not be playing on the same side.
Yeah, we'll be on different sides. I'm gonna be on the blue side, he's gonna be on the red. And the guy behind the camera is also gonna be blue, and he's...
Oh crap.
But yeah, I think that's... But still, we're all friends in the end. Hopefully. But yeah,
Nope.
I thank you. I'll see you in the next one.